88% of those who died were men. Behind every single statistic are grieving relatives and friends. Alexandra Davis's brother is Kane Walker. Kane Walker was sleeping on the streets when he died from pneumonia and a drug overdose in February. Pastor Colin Rankin is the founder of an outreach organisation, Active Christians, based in Birmingham. Colin knew and filmed Kane to document his situation. Here's a short extract, and I do want to tell you that it is a distressing clip of a video he filmed not long before Kane died.
I'm not going to be here.
Okay.
I'm not living like this no more.
Yeah.
This ain't my life.
Hey.
I'm done, Colin.
Okay, I know.
I'm done.
Yeah. Well,
I'm done. You've never seen me like this before. I'm done.
Yeah.
I am done, brother. I'm done.
Come on.
Well, we can talk to Pastor Colin and also to Kane's sister Alexandra now. Good morning to you both. Thank you very much for talking to us. Alexandra, that clip was very, very upsetting, and I know you are nervous about speaking out today, but you wanted to be here and you gave us permission to use that footage so that you can keep Kane's memory alive. Tell us about your brother.
He was a bubbly person. The moment Kane entered a room, you'd know he was there. He just had an aura about him, really good vibes, really high spirits, and even though he was on the streets, he never ever thought he was sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, he never ever thought low of himself. He always tried to be positive and look at the positive things in life.
He was 31 when he died of pneumonia and a drug overdose in February this year. He's not included in these figures from last year, over 700 people dying homeless on the streets. How has his death impacted you and your family?
I've lost someone that I love. But I think the positive thing about talking out about it is to be able to help other people that, you know, are on the street struggling with drug addictions. There just wasn't enough help out there for him. So,
Colin, let me bring you in. I mean, really, it's really simple and stark. No, it's... Alexandra, please don't apologise. Honestly, we're grateful for you coming on our programme today and talking about Kane. But Colin, when Alexandra says, I've lost someone I love, I mean, it's brutal, but simple, isn't it?
It is, and we really need to come together as a nation to see who we are and how we're actually dealing with the situation. And going out there feeding him every week for 4 years, going to the different services, you can see that something is broken, something was wrong. And as a Christian, I just, I need answers, because this is, the Bible teaches us, that we're all equal and, we should be showing brotherly love to our brothers and sisters, and who we should be brothers and sisters, everybody.
I mean, you can be an atheist and care deeply about this kind of situation. Over 700 people, it's a rise last year, sleeping on the streets, who've died in Britain in 2019, the 5th richest economy in the world.
Well, I would say that was about a quarter of the regional, the official figure, because people who...
You think the number's much higher?
Oh, of course it is.
Why do you say that?
The reason being is, if you're a surfer, if you're someone who's from a different country, if you actually pass away in hospital, so you could have been on the street, been taken to hospital, if you pass away...
Understood.
You're not on the figures. If you commit suicide, again, you... on those figures, so it's a lot higher.
Right.
And this is why I actually set up Active Christian, because we go out at night, so we follow the biblical text. It doesn't matter if you're a believer, non-believer, Muslim, no matter what religion. It's about following a particular system that works, and I found the biblical system is really, really good to solving this problem.
Before I go back to Alexandra, I mean, that footage of Kane which you filmed, he said, I'm done now, I'm not living like this no more, this isn't my life.
Horrendous.
Why did you decide to make that footage public?
Over the years, in 7 days, I had 9 people pass away. Now, when you're serving people on the street every day, they become your friends. They're your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your granddad. You have a relationship with them. And when they passed away, I didn't know when they were getting buried. I didn't know where they was. I couldn't speak to the family. So I started filming the homeless people that I was already feeding and praying with anyway, just to highlight. So if a loved one did come to me, because I always give out my little cards and things like that with an address where they can contact me if they get problems. And if the card was found with someone, you know, I'd hope that the authorities would call me to say, yes, I know this person, I know a little bit of the background, I can pull out this video and say, this was what it was like.
Understood. Alexandra, how do you respond to the fact that over, I mean, it is an estimated figure, Colin is right to say it could be much higher, he believes it is much higher, but over 700 people have died on the streets of this country last year?
It's just disgusting. I think the reason why I think Kane's got so high, obviously, that footage is horrible. When I saw it online, I was very upset. But I think the positive thing with Brother Colin videoing it is it went to members of Parliament, so something will be done. And when I did used to spend a lot of time with my brother before he passed away, he said, people think I'm nothing, but I'm somebody. And this is proving, and even still talking about him, is I've come here to keep his memory alive, so people can remember that this kind of thing should never happen. He should have had a lot more support. He struggled with mental health and a lot of health issues that I tried to support him with at the hospital. But as a single mom with 2 kids, there's only so much one person can do, and there just wasn't enough. I mean, how could you go from being in the care system, to be left? How is this actually happening? You should have had a support worker and a social worker.
Colin, I want to ask a final question to you. You have a lot of support in Birmingham for the work you do. There are some who say, who are not so admiring, they say potentially you're a self-publicist, that's what they call you, and that you simply want to convert homeless people to Christianity. What do you say to that?
Well, what I would say is that they're absolutely right. Jesus himself healed the sick and went out and prayed with people, and he was criticised for that. So I welcome that, and I bless those who feel that way, and I do pray for them. But if we're going to move forward as a nation, we have to show love. I see Romanians, Hungarians, Somalians, all kinds of nationalities on the street, and it doesn't matter whether you're Muslim, Sikh, atheist. You have to follow a path that works. Okay. And the reason why I'm here today is because the path that I took worked. Now, you don't have to believe in the Bible, but it does tell you how to deal with the homeless. In Chronicles we
haven't got time, I'm so sorry, I'm not being rude, but we haven't got time to go through particular passages from the Bible, but we absolutely get what you're saying. Thank you.
And if anybody wants to help the homeless, please, if this whole country goes out and feeds the homeless and prays with them, then this situation can be helped widely. Okay. And I just ask everyone to log on to the Active Christians website, and there's different ways that they can actually help the homeless there, and we can come together as a nation under humanity to help those people who are poor.
Okay.
If we can bail the banks out, we can bail the homeless out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victoria.
Alexandra, thank you so much for coming on our programme and talking about your brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you want any support,